Welcome to another live stream of Better Business Tactics. Today, I want to share with you the F of the Better Business alphabet. If you've been with me every week, you know that every week I talk about one of the letters or alphabets of the Better Business. And today, we are going to cover the letter F of the Better Business alphabet as part of the Better Business Tactics live stream sessions. And the F can represent many things, but the one that I put here for our Better Business alphabet is all about, can you guess that? It's all about focus. Yes, focus. And we know that when we focus, we can really get things done quickly, faster, and therefore save time and also prevent procrastination. But the challenge is that it's tough to focus when we are bombarded with a lot of things at the same time, and also when we have lots of things to take care of, lots of tasks, lots of projects, lots of objectives, and therefore it's not that easy to focus. But believe me, focus can really help you and your business and can help you achieve greater levels of success in what you do. So I'm going to talk about some tactics around focus as part of the strategies to grow the business. And I found in my own business and my own life that scheduling your tasks is really helpful to know exactly what to focus on at a certain period of time. We know that we all have 24 hours, right? There is really no one that has more than 24 hours per day, as we call it, right? From midnight to midnight, starting 12 a.m. until 11:59 p.m. Everyone has that amount of time, but we know that some people can achieve great things within that 24 hours and others don't. So the question is why some people are really good at managing their time or leading their time, using their time, and others can't. And if we have two business owners, one of them can be really successful and use the time really well, while the other one cannot. And I monitor myself over time. I've noticed that sometimes I'm guilty of that, and the time that I jump from one branch to another, and I do not focus, and I do not have a schedule for what I want to do, I don't have a direction, then I cannot really achieve much. I'm distracted, I procrastinate, I don't know what to kind of work on, I'm not focused, and therefore I do not achieve much during that time period, or about what I really wanted to overall achieve in my mind. But other times, when I have a plan, when I know my goal, when I have a schedule for doing the tasks related to that goal, then I can kind of do them one after another without really being worried about other things. So one thing that I mentioned in my book, Get What You Want, is that you need to forget multitasking. When you forget multitasking, it means that you focus on one single task, one single item for a certain period of time. And then once you finish that, then you go to next. Now, this can be applied to anything in your business. It could be from creating a product to having, let's say, um, a campaign or a launch, or talking to your clients, or talking to prospects. You can kind of manage the time and schedule for each activity in a way that you focus on the task in hand. As Alexander Graham Bell says, or said, concentrate all your thoughts upon the work in hand. The sun's rays don't burn until brought to focus. And this is a great statement by Alexander Graham Bell, and that's all about focus. If we are distracted, if we um, do this and that and jump from this branch to another, we cannot focus, and it's like the sun has the rays, but it doesn't burn, meaning it doesn't work the way that we want it to. So when you use a magnifying glass, you kind of focus all the sun's rays in one single area, and that has that power that burns a paper or dried leaves or things like that, and you can make a fire. The same, we can apply that anywhere in our life. And if we have, let's say, a task in hand, if we have a goal, we concentrate on that goal, on that task that we have in hand, and that way we can really make great things happen, make that fire that we are looking for, meaning we can achieve the outcome. And once that's done, then we go to the next one. Now, one question that I've been asked is, when I have, let's say, a project and I have many things going on, how can I manage my time in that way to focus on different things? The answer to that is that you should not do several things at the same time. Let's say you have, let's say, 8 hours or 6 hours, whatever number of hours you want to spend on a specific project a day. And what you do, you say, okay, so these are like the 5 tasks that I have to do today. And then prioritize your tasks to see which ones have the highest priority and focus on those top 2, for example, or top 20%, and do them first. And for that, you're not really worried about anything else. You have only one special task to do, and that's the highest priority task for that day. And you have a schedule that you allocate some time for it, and then you really laser focus to get that done. Now, what you do when you want to forget multitasking, you allocate 1 hour or 90 minutes at the most, focus on that task, and then have about 15 minutes of break after that, and then you can have another chunk, 60 minutes to 90 minutes. If you did not complete that task in the first slot, then you move the rest of it to the second slot without really looking at other things. So this way you really have your attention on that specific task. And you will see that sometimes it really surprises you that you can finish that task much faster than you anticipated. And that really happens to me when I know exactly what I want to do. I plan for it in advance, like on Sundays. I have my schedule for the whole week. I know what tasks I have for, let's say, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. And then on Monday, I see my tasks. I say, okay, this is the highest priority. What Brian Tracy calls the frog. So you should eat that frog first, and then the rest really would be easier. So find out which task is the most important and the important one. Focus on that task, finish that, and then go to the next. So at high level, you focus on your vision for the whole year, for your top goals for the year. And then you have some sub projects or projects related to that vision. Then you kind of divide your year or quarter for those. And then for the quarter, you divide it to months. For the month, you divide it to weeks. For weeks, you divide it to days. For day, you divide it to kind of tasks. And then when you do those tasks, you know that you are going to complete your day objective. When you focus on the day, then you know that you're going to complete your week's objective, and so on. And we know that sometimes the challenge comes, sometimes things don't go based on the plan. That's fine. We don't want to be very rigid on the plan. We can adjust it, but the main point here is that you need to really focus on the tasks that you have in hand, so you can create the results that you are expecting in your business or in your life. So this works anywhere. So anything that we've talked about, the previous letters of the Better Business alphabet, really it can be done by the F, right, with the focus. So now some tips for the focus. One is that find some ways that trigger your focus, because let's say if you are at home and you know that your kids may disturb you or distract you, you have to either have a special place that everyone knows that when you go there, it means that you are doing business, right? So for me, when I'm recording, I close the door and everyone knows that I'm inside this room and recording. Like my wife, for example, for the business, when she really needs focus, she has to go to another place, like Starbucks, for example, because she can focus there on some specific tasks. So it's really important to create some, to come up with some triggers that help you focus. Once you do that, then allocate some time within your weekly budget, weekly plan, and then schedule for them some time for any task that you want to accomplish. And then you should know really the outcome you're looking for any task. Okay, so if I am creating a list of the potential customers, so after 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, I want this list to be completed, or this list to be uploaded into my email marketing platform, or whatever, right? So whatever the task is. So know the outcome, the expected outcome in advance, set it for yourself. That's the milestone you want to achieve. And then do your best to concentrate and remove any distractions that you have. Turn on the phone, just focus on the task that you have in hand. Do not go to social media or check emails. Just focus on that. That's what I call forget multitasking, because sometimes it's not about doing two things at the same time. It's about where my attention goes, right? I notice myself that when I'm doing something, sometimes in a TV room, and I kind of I'm working, but I'm distracted by the sound, or once in a while I kind of look at the screen. That means I'm not fully focused. I'm not really concentrating on the task in hand. I'm scattering my attention, which is part of that um, lack of focus. So the more you can focus and remove distractions, the better results you get and the faster you can accomplish the task. So I finish today's session with a quote from Bruce Lee, and he said, "The successful warrior is the average man with laser focus," right? So with laser-like focus. Um, the successful warrior, so means whatever we call that warrior, the successful business owner, the successful person, successful employee, whatever is your task, right? You are that warrior. Successful warrior is the average man. It means that really those who are claimed as very highly successful, they have that laser-like focus. They know what they want to accomplish, and then they concentrate on it and accomplish it. And those that don't, they won't be successful. They spend their time, they are distracted, they cannot focus, and therefore they're not called highly successful. So an average man can be a successful warrior in any field as long as that person is has a laser-like focus. And that's really the secret to success of highly successful people and business owners. I hope that you use this today's learning, whatever you have learned from it, and apply it in your business and your life, and do your best to come up with the task that you have in hand for today, and continue doing that, because when you do that, it becomes a habit, and then you will see that you cannot do things without it. And that way you can accomplish a lot for that. Now that we are approaching the end of the year, remember to set aside some time during the next 2-3 weeks before the end of the year to concentrate on what you want to accomplish next year. And based on that vision for next year, then identify some goals, some milestones to achieve, and then break it down to tasks, and those tasks or that are related to those projects can really lead you to that vision that you have for your next year. And you can do those tasks by scheduling them in your weekly, monthly schedules, and then focus on those tasks, finish them, and you will see that you will have much better results faster. And that way you can make next year your best year ever. And this coming week, my wife and I have our strategic days that we have, like 2 to 3 days. We just go together in somewhere outside of the house to focus, and we come up with our strategy for next year, and based on that come up with tactics and the way that we want to approach the projects that we have. And that way we know that we're going to be highly successful next year. I hope that you spend some time and come up with strategies and vision for next year, and then focus and achieve them. So don't forget the F of Better Business Alphabet. That will help you take your business to the next level of success. Until next time, live the life of your dreams and make a difference consistently. If you have any questions or comments, I appreciate if you share that with me. I'll be there to answer those questions and also provide further instructions if you need any help. And before I just go, if you want, you can join our Better Business Tactics Facebook group that you can